Did you ever felt inspired to do a theme from a book you've read? Well, I didn't read a book with dragons, although it's on my TBR for sure, but fantasy was the vibe I chose for this June theme. I'm still not ready for summer. Just as I feel lost in the story of a book, I also wanted to feel like I was walking into a fairy tale when I opened these pages. So that's what I did. This theme is called Dragons and Books, so let's dive in. Hi, I'm Juliana and welcome back to another video. Today we are setting up June in my bullet journal, and honestly, I can't believe that this is the final setup in this journal. I'm so excited to begin the next one, but this part of the year is always bittersweet. So for this theme, I'm going to use the Dragons and Books bundle from Runamareuty. I use them all the time, and these are from her Patreon. I will leave everything that I can linked down below in the description. I don't think you can get this bundle in a physical form when you sign up for a Patreon, but she has digital stickers from this theme as well and from previous themes and things like that, so go check it out if you want. Aside from the stickers, I'm also going to use the backing cards that come in the packaging of the bundle. They are really pretty, and even though they are a little thick to put on the journal, I did that many times in the past, and I'm using T-Fossi journals and they hold up pretty well. I didn't have any issues with that. So I'm using them as background papers. I'm, of course, as per usual, doing collages. It's my favorite thing to do, and I think I'm quite good at it and I love doing them. So to complement the stickers, I'm also using pages of an old book that I have in my home, some frames to add something else to the collages, and then a beige handmade paper that is going to act as a texture. And that's pretty much it for my technique for collages. I always have the main focus, in this case it's the stickers, then I have something solid just to put on the background that doesn't catch much attention. In this case it can be the pages or the papers, and then also some textures. In this case it's the beige handmade paper. For the titles, I wanted something that felt medieval to match the aesthetic, and I didn't have any stamps that would look good, and I didn't want to draw each title myself because medieval fonts are quite intricate. So the next best thing to do is going on Canva, choose a font. The one I chose is called Engravers Old English BT. It's from the free Canva fonts. Then I sized them to the size I wanted and colored them in this deep turquoise color that matches some details on the stickers, and then I printed them on sticker paper. Unfortunately, I don't have a cutting machine, so I had to cut around each sticker myself, but fortunately they weren't that difficult to cut. We are now in the calendar spread, and here you can see better the color palette of this theme put together. It's deep turquoise and light brown. I never did a theme with these colors together, at least if I did, I don't remember. And I have to say that I love this color palette. It's very muted, but in between the browns, you can see the pop of the turquoise, and it looks so good. So while I'm using the turquoise for the titles, I'm going to use the brown for any lines that I have to do. This time for the decoration, I'm using two big stickers on each side of the calendar, but I deliberately chose them because I wanted to kinda create a scene. It's like we are in the ruins of a castle, but the library still stands, so that's where the dragons live together with the princess. This is a story I created myself, but that's the vibe I'm going for. So, as I did in the previous page, I'm using the different papers as background, and then I'm putting the stickers on top. This is kinda like a formula, you just have to use the same one for everything. So I always do the same process in my collages, and that's how they remain consistent throughout the setup. Then I thought the calendar was blending a little too much with the white of the page, so I used this mild liner in the color Mild Mint to create a drop shadow and give the calendar a 3D effect. It's a simple detail, but it makes all the difference. Next, we have my tasks and brain dump, or mind unwind as I like to call it. These ones are going to be very simple and just slightly decorated because I need plenty of space to plan my tasks. Here I just write whatever tasks I have for the month or the progress I am making in some videos, for example. The brain dump, sometimes I don't even use it because I don't need it, but it's there if I eventually need to write down some ideas, reminders or notes. Moving on, we have the weeklies, and for this first one I am dividing each page in 6 squares, so in total we are going to have 12, which 7 of them are going to be for the days of the week and the others are going to be decorated. To differentiate between the functional and the decorated squares, I am coloring every second line of the days of the week with the same mite liner I used in the calendar, instead of making boxes around each square. Since I already have some blue in the spread because of the mite liner and also the words, I used the brown marker, the fine liner tip, to make the numbers. And I did this because I forgot to make stickers of them, so I have to write each one by myself. It doesn't look as good as if it was in the same font as the days of the week, but it's okay, I didn't want to waste a full sheet of sticker paper just to print the numbers. For the decorations, I am making mini collages in each square. So to start, I am putting the papers first on the page to act as background, and then I'm just putting the stickers right on top. For the next weekly, I am making the same thing again, but instead of dividing the page in 6, I divided it in 4. So in total, we are going to have 8 rectangles, and one of them is going to be used as decoration. Again, instead of making boxes, I colored every second line of the rectangles to define the space in each of them. Since the space in these rectangles are bigger than the previous spread, I can also use a bigger sticker as decoration as well. And I decided to use this princess sticker with the dragon on her shoulder. And again, it's the same process, the papers first and the stickers on top. For the third weekly, we are kinda making a table in the middle of the spread. It's kinda like we are making the first weekly spread again, in which we divided the spread in 12, but this one is the miniature version. We are still making 12 squares, but the size is smaller and centered on the spread. This gives the spread more negative space around the functional part instead of having every single dot used. If you like this type of weeklies so far, you can check out the May Plan With Me video because I make these same spreads but with different decorations. I really like negative space, but since the other weeklies were so full, I thought this one was lacking in some way. So I went with the brown marker again and did a border around the spread. And then on the bottom, to complete the look, I put a little sticker like a banner. This spread is done, so let's continue on to the last weekly of this month. And in this one I'm putting together the 22 until 30 of the month, so that's a week and 2 days in total. It didn't make any sense to do another page just for the extra 2 days, so I put them together in one spread. This time we are making 12 sections again. 9 of them are going to be for the days of the week and the other 3 are for decoration. And I left a little border in between the sections and all around the spread just to make things a little different. And I left the top left corner and the 2 bottom right corners to decorate. For the bottom collage, I decided to use 2 sections because I wanted to make a bigger collage. And I put the papers again on the page first, and I chose the specific spots for them because I already knew which stickers I wanted to use. I chose the desk sticker and also the stack of books because I wanted to create a scene with them. Kinda like you are looking at a desk corner in your studio and you see this messy desk full of books and trinkets and even more books stacked up on the floor. I really like how this collage turned out, so now we are decorating the top corner one, and for this one I kept very simple because I just wanted to use this die-cut sticker that came in the bundle and I didn't have any space anywhere else for it, so this was the perfect spot. Okay, the weeklies are done, so now we can move on to my June in review. This is a spread in which I put different sections for different things that I want to record in the month. In here I make sections for my favorite book of the month, my favorite manga or manhwa, my favorite song, the quote of the month. It can be something that resonated with me or just a quote that I liked. Then we have 2 sections for media. One is for the TV shows I watched and the other is for the animes that I watched. And then the big section in the middle is for a category that I didn't think of until the end of the month, or it can be a space to put any images or ephemera related to the TV shows or animes that I watched. I don't do memory keeping in this little section because it's too small, and sometimes I like to put photos, tickets or invoices in the spread, so after each monthly setup I always leave an empty spread for any memory keeping that I might want to do. And this last spread I'm going to leave empty except for the decoration. This spread is for my journaling prompts. I'm not good at journaling every day or keeping a diary, so I'm trying a method that is working for now. I went searching on the internet for journaling prompts, and I chose the ones that made sense to me and also some that are more fun to write about. In total, I have 24 prompts that I put numbered on a table after my initial setup of this journal, and at the end of each month, I randomly pick 1 or 2 numbers from that table, discarding the ones that I already used, of course. So this spread is going to remain empty until I have the prompts to write about. And I always like to decorate beforehand just to make me want to use the spread more, and also because this way the spread is not just a blank and void space and I don't feel too pressured to fill everything with writing. Before we complete the spread, I'm going back and fill in any gap with the little flowers, butterflies or sparkles that I still have on the sticker sheets. And now, to finally finish this spread, I'm doing a border with the brown marker again to tie in with the other weekly. And now it's time for the final flip through. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give a like, subscribe and leave a dragon emoji on the comments to let me know you watched it till the end. This might be one of my favorite themes that I did so far in my journals. I love the color palettes, I love the theme itself, the aesthetic of it with the dragons, the ruins, and of course the books. Runa is my favorite artist and I love to support her because she makes beautiful art and it gives me so much inspiration anytime I see it. This was not sponsored at all, but I genuinely love Runamareuty's art, so just check her out. I'd also love to read some dragon books, so if you have any recommendations, please let me know in the comments. Next week we are doing the June setup in my mom's bullet journal, and guys, it's so out of my comfort zone, but I love how it turned out, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. Also, be aware that the mid-year journal setups are coming soon, and I'm really excited about it. I hope you have a lovely day or night wherever you are, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!